Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would show you another update on this Star Citizen build here. I've been struggling with a few different aspects on it, and I got a lot more to finish up on the interior yet, but I did get all the, or most all the parts placed now, and it's got a lot of upgrade parts on it. Let me just show you what's going on the inside here. So here's the hangar. I've shown this before, but, well, here it is in daylight at least. I started getting some of the block work sort of set up around the top part of the hangar, but I have not done this area up yet. I've been mostly working on the engineering areas of the ship. Here's kind of coming down one of the corridors on one side here, and this is going to hold two medium shield parts. I sort of had this very loosely blocked out last time I showed this in a video. So around the edge here, I've got a lot of solar panels in this ship as well, and it might actually hit the maximum solar panel count at the end. It's got 39 already. I don't have that many more to add to really max it out, but they're all kind of hidden away in little rooms like this or other places. Then I set up this back area here, so you got these little doors here to install more thrusters. Now it's got 4 in there right now, and I got to texture this up a little bit more too. It's amazing how differently it looks between space and daytime. Yeah, so it'll probably only have 2 of the 4 there. This over here is some kind of solar panel rack. It's holding 3 large solar panels in that section. Not much going on here. Let's head down this hallway, and it's a little plain Jane right now, and I definitely know that, and I do want to try to make it a little prettier, but I'm struggling. Part of the problem I've got is certain areas, even maybe a small part of a room or something might be touching one of the structural frame blocks that is the ship's made out of, and then all I can really do is try to match the textures on the inside to that, which basically is just plain and matching the color. So it's kind of plain right now, and I definitely want to rev this up a little bit more. Then you do have a location for a large shield part on either side of the ship over here. So this is all symmetrically done on this build so far. Then I did add in 2 more 320K storage bays, so it's got a total of 6 320s and 2 640s now, which is probably going to stay there. I don't think the ship can handle any more storage. So coming into this main room here, this room was, I got the walls and the block work done, but I have not tweaked it or detailed it or really gone through the lighting on it and things like that yet, but obviously, you'll have a spot to add a fusion reactor. You get your main shield over here, Pentax tank above that, another solar panel rack over here with some more solar panels. And then you've got 4 locations off the side of the room here to put in advanced generators. So it only has only have 2 stock, but you'll have locations to add in more advanced generators in that area. And then let's see. Let's get into the farm. Now the whole front wall of the farm is not done. This is where the secure cockpit's going to be, and I'm trying to work out how to arrange it because it comes. I want it to intercept this hallway here, and but this also has to link to the front part of the ship. So I'm trying to get the secure cockpit in this general area, but I kind of wanted it centered at first. I was thinking, well, maybe I could put it off to one side or the other, but then you wouldn't be centered piloting the ship from the secure cockpit. So I plan on kind of redoing all the blocks in the area here and getting that tweaked out. And then the rest of the ship here, this would be obviously your bridge section, and then below here is going to be the crew section. And I popped in some more elevators, just trying to pre-plan some things out. Also, there's some other hallways off from these main elevators here. One will lead to another shield upgrade room, so a couple more medium shield parts per side over there. So all in all, let me look at some numbers here. Now, one of the things that is bothering me, and there's not really anything I can do about it, is of course, the thruster speed is dropping as I do more of the ship and add in more places and more parts. Now, keep in mind, currently it has all parts installed, so that is weighing the ship down more. But still, it is getting a lot slower, which is kind of unfortunate. But expected. So it's able to do 46 forward currently, 17 strafing, 57 lift, 23 reverse, and 23 down. It currently is size class 9. I'm kind of expecting this to be about 11 or 12 when it's done. So it's not going to be super high size class, but it is probably a few size classes higher than I expected it to be. I directly compared this one to the Persis CV2, which was a size class 10 even ship, and that ship is bigger and has more interior in it and is fully finished, and it's size class 10 even, where this ship is unusually high size class. And I don't exactly know why that is. It's smaller than the Persis by a decent amount, and for some reason it's just really hitting it on the size class. And I think that has to do with the structural frame blocks that I'm using for the build. They probably count quite a bit towards size class. Maybe something I didn't really realize when I was messing with this to start with. Some other things on here. Getting to the devices. Here's the solar panel setup right now. It's got 39 solar panels currently installed in the ship. I did the max set of the small ones already, and I've got more large solar panels to put in the ship. I think I might have some more places to do that as well. So one of the things I'm trying to counter on this ship is it had a lot of extra areas and rooms, and in some cases, not every case, but in some cases, I'm just kind of filling them in. Like over here, I may just do that. Like, I do have some solar panels in here, or at least one there. I don't know. This is probably a usable room. I was gonna the more places, the more rooms I add to it, the more the performance of the ship and the size class is going to go up. Now, typically, I try to utilize all the space available inside of creation. But like kind of lessons learned with the Scar Megalodon, I was trying to do that very thing with that ship, and it just made it such a high size class that it virtually became unusable on any server. And I could have filled in more and kept the size class down further, but of course I wanted to use all the space. In this creation, I'm trying to think about it a little differently. Like a lot of areas I may just, like this area here, prime example, there's others like it in the ship that I have filled in already. It's like if I do that, I'll put in kind of a pointless room here, maybe a crew room or something, but and then I'll just ramp up the size class even more and probably add a little bit, well, I don't know, maybe a little bit of weight to the ship. Now, keep in mind, since this thing is fully equipped with like everything but the CPU blocks needed to make it all work, it would be at its heaviest stance right now. So that is one thing. So I mean, if you weren't running all the shield parts, and currently installed, it has 8 small shield parts, 8 medium shield parts, 2 large shield parts, fusion reactor, 4 advanced generators, all the weaponry, the warp drive, the shield, pentaxa tank, everything's installed pretty much. That weighs a lot, and it did seriously reduce the thruster performance of the ship, which I kind of expected it to go down. It just went down more than I thought it would, and it kind of troubling because I really can't do anything more without serious modifications to the creation to increase its thrust performance. There's reasons I went with these large thrusters in here instead of XLs. One, to save some CPU, but 2, for cosmetic reasons. Like the other ones were going to be too big in a lot of these spots to use. So that's why I kind of went with these. But these kind of suck too. I don't like these advanced or these large thrusters very much. They don't really put out very much power. Like, you know, you're looking at the numbers there, unloaded at my forward speed of like 56 ms. I got 8 large thrusters going forward on this thing, and that's all it can produce. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of disappointing. You know, it's I'd like more, but there's a huge difference between Excels and the large thrusters, like a lot, a lot. And I think these are just a little too underpowered in relation to them myself. That's just my personal opinion. I wish they had a little more juice to them. And this kind of situation too, it's not like I can just start slapping in more thrusters all over the place. It's just not going to work out that way. So. One last thing that's been kind of troubling with the interior too is, maybe I explained this already. Some of the blocks touch structural frame blocks, and I have to blend in all the textures to that. That becomes a real issue in certain areas of the ship, and it's causing me to do the whole room different than what I would have wanted to. But I mean, that's just, I guess, a side effect to using structural frame blocks. But I do think they add a lot to size class. I didn't think they would have because they're very low polygon. In fact, probably, you know, in comparison speaking, a lot less polygons probably than your average block. But that does not seem to be the case. It seems like you know, I'm 2-3 size classes higher than expected at this point in time, and the only reason I can really think of that is, well, the use of structural frame blocks. It's the only thing that's really different on this ship versus other ones that I've built in the past of similar sizes. So, yeah, there's that going on. But other than that, for the most part, it is coming along. I hope to jam on it quite a bit. Now, I've got another issue going on, and it has to do where I live in a big ice storm that is starting to hit now, actually. And I'm kind of scared of losing power out of it, and I think it's actually likely that I'll probably lose power. And when I do lose power, since it's going to be such a wide area, I'll probably be out of power for a while. So I don't know, you know, if that's going to happen or not, but I'm a little scared of that. So I just wanted to put out there in advance that if you don't see a look at the workshop video Friday as normal, it's probably because I don't have power. And I probably won't, you know, and then I'll try to do some kind of makeup video when I do get power back again. And as well as I won't be able to work on this very much. I do have a generator, but I've only got, you know, a limited amount of gas for it. I could get more if the roads are passable, and try to power things up that way. But I don't know, I don't necessarily think my focus would be to be working on Empyrion on a generator. It's just like I got higher priorities to deal with. So anyway, I just wanted to show you where this is at and that I'm still alive. I know I didn't do a video last couple of days because I really didn't have a whole lot done on it, and I keep on working on it here and there. And I will say on the last things too that I am rather annoyed at this build at this time, and that's probably crippling my motivation to want to work on it. It's just I know what's happening with the stats and the performance specs, and it's not making me very happy. But I also, you know, it's not like I can come up with some idea to how to fix it, as I can't really fix it, and not without building something else. It's kind of what's there is there. But anyway, I still think it should be a decent ship. And again, I expect it to be quicker than what you've seen the performance on, at least when it's put out to the workshop, mainly because it won't have all the extra heavy parts installed in it. That's about it. But if you did upgrade it all the way, you're going to look at numbers probably similar to what you see here, but a little bit lower because there's more to put in the ship yet. And that's, yeah, I don't, you know, I guess lessons learned. My experience with structural frame blocks, and this is the first creation that I've ever built really using structural frame blocks as the body thing. I've used like a couple blocks on a past build, but that was it. But I do think they're they've got a lot of problems, and I don't know if I would try to use them again on another build. I guess if I was trying to do something very curvy, maybe, but it's going to have to be pretty much gray or white and flat. And you're not really going to be able to texture much of anything on it if I did do that. And also with the stats, again, I think the size class is higher than it should be. And I think that's, I'm guessing, and I didn't work out the numbers or anything on it, but I'm guessing it's because of the structural frame blocks. Um, so anyway, I just wanted to show you a quick update, let you know I'm still here and working on stuff. I'm just a little down in the dumps on this build right now. I'm hoping to reverse that and feel good about it again. I was feeling really good about it when I was building the hull, but when I got into the interior, and I keep on seeing the performance drops when I'm trying to build the rest of the ship and stuff. It's been, I don't know, annoying, I guess. And also so many areas of the ship I'm not doing the way I necessarily wanted to because of dealing with structural frame blocks as part of the build. So those things in conjunction are kind of making me a little annoyed with the build, but I'm probably just expecting too much, I think. I probably have. Probably like, oh, I wanted this to look like, oh, and I tell you one other thing that does depress me is I did, look at videos of inside the Hercules, and yeah, what I got going on in here and what that is, it's, it's like, of course I'd like to be able to do that kind of thing, but I can't even come close, not even close. So it's to the point where I'm just ad hocing. I'm trying to use a certain color scheme and make it work. And there's very few textures I can pull off with this too, because dealing with the smooth metal, there's so many that just don't work with it. Even those some of those other mid textures, such as, let me get in here a minute. Such as like some of this stuff, like this, yeah, not really, or any of these guys over here, no, not really. It's just like this, no, can't really do that either. So it's like I've got like 3 or 4 textures to work with. Um, well, probably maybe a little more than that. There's these two and that one and this good old cabinet texture that's one of the only ones that's actually kind of done right with its coloring and blends in with the smooth metal. But yeah, there's so many textures I'm just not using that I've used on past builds, but they were a little grimier and I could get away with it. And this one I just can't. It's not trying to follow the current theme of it at least. So there is that. Then I got some LCD to work to do as well. And again, I want to try to really make some of these areas prettier. Right now, it's a lot of these areas look very. Although I put a lot of time and effort and try to make them look nice, they're still looking very generic to me. And it's like I wanted more, but I don't know what I can do to really do more besides adding in LCDs. And that's really all I can think of. I run out of places to put blocks and things, and the way the game's lighting is, when I get it all done, it really doesn't look very good anyway. No matter how much time I try to spend on the lighting setup on the ship, it isn't looking very good. It's not looking the way I wanted it to look, at least. But other than that, I don't really have that much more of the ship to do. I just got to figure out the secure bridge, do up the main bridge, some of these side rooms, and some of this down over here. So I mean, there's some more, but I'm at least halfway there, I think. I think I did more of the hard parts first, so the rest of the stuff is going to be a little bit easier to do, because I'm not trying to fit a bunch of parts and work out the logistics of the hallways and things like that. So anyway, that's all I've got for today. Just want to get a video out there and show you what's going on with this and show you kind of what to expect. Again, it's not going to be a spring chicken flying around. My mistake for using large thrusters. But the only alternative to that is XL thrusters, which are insane amounts of CPU, and totally wouldn't fit right in this ship. So that would have been a big problem, and then you would have needed probably multiple auxiliary cores just to get this thing up and running. Where this setup, I could get it going. I'm pretty positive I can make this work with a Core 9 setup and still keep a lot of its stuff, guns and stuff. we'll see how it goes. But anyway, y'all have yourself a great day, and I will talk to you later.